Welcome to Using the Stats Calculator. From the Home menu, click on Calculator. This brings you to the Statistical Calculator. I'd like to point out some of the buttons that you may not be familiar with. This is to save or store. This is to recall or retrieve. This is combinations, permutations, convert to a fraction, the factorial button. So let's just say we have 10 items and we want to calculate the probability of choosing or selecting 5 from those 10. So we start by pressing the Choose R button. That's for combinations. We enter the total sample size, comma, the number that we want, 5, close parentheses. So here what we've said is that there's a total N of 10 items and we want to choose 5 of them. So this is total, choose, how many. We have 10, we'd like to choose 5. We click equals. We can see that that would be 252. We also have a permute button. So let's say we have those same 10 items, but instead of selecting 5, I'd like to rearrange any 5 of them. So then I would choose in PR for permutations. It follows the same format, the total number, permute, how many. So I'm going to have 10, comma, 5. So here I have 10 total items. I'd like to rearrange 5 of them. I close my parentheses, I hit equals, and I see that it's a much larger answer, and that's because selecting items and rearranging items is not the same. So you have many more options when you're rearranging items than you do from simply selecting the items. Of course, the factorial button is similarly related. So let's just say I have those 10 items and I want to rearrange all of them. Then I don't have to say 10 permute 10. I can simply say 10 factorial. This is the number of arrangements of 10 items. I hit equals. I see that this is the largest value of the 3 we've looked at, and that's because if you have 10 items, there are this many ways you could rearrange all 10 of those items. Now to use the storage key, you simply hit store. So this would put whatever I have here into memory. I can hit clear, and that does not clear the memory. I hit recall, you can see it brings the value right back. So while clear will clear the screen, it does not clear the memory. You won't need to clear the memory. Every time you enter a new number into memory, it automatically replaces the old one. So there is also a help provided with the calculator that tells you about the combinations, permutations, the factorial, and the memory keys. And also it explains about the clear and the delete button. So this is your full function stats calculator. I can also convert things to fractions. So let's make something here, 5 divided by 2. That should be a nice pretty decimal. It's too pretty. Let's say 5 divided by 7. That's not quite as pretty. There we go. There's a nice decimal number. Let's multiply it by 5 and divide it by 3. And now let's see if we can change that back to a fraction. And you see it does. It changes it back to a fraction for me. 25 over 21. So anytime you want to change a decimal number into a fraction, you just hit the fraction key and that will convert it to a fraction for you. And this ends your session on using the stats calculator.